Hi there, I'm Maggie Byrne and I'm applying to be an accountability coach. And I like to think that I wear a lot of different hats, both professionally and personally. And I'm going to play to that answering this first question here. So I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I lived there all the way up until my senior year of high school and loved it, minus the snow, sleet, and cold, but had an awesome upbringing there. I can't say enough good things. I still love Minnesota and cheer for the pathetic sports teams that we have up there. After high school, I decided to take a chance, move down south, go to the University of South Carolina, go Gamecocks, and I did not know a soul prior to going there. It was definitely a new adventure, but I'm so glad I did. It was truly one of the best experiences and decisions I've ever made. While I was there, I became super involved in a lot of different organizations. Yes, while I'm putting this on, I had the opportunity to work the Masters tournament all 4 years. If you can't tell, I'm a huge sports fan. And I like to joke sometimes that my minor was more so in my organizations than everything else, because that's what was really the defining aspect of my experiences there. After college, I became very close with a certain 103-year-old peanut. I worked for Kraft Heinz and worked specifically on the Planters brand. I'll get into that later, but yes, Mr. Peanut is one of my best friends now. Outside of school and work, and that aspect of my life, you could find me hiking. I like to travel. I like eating food in new cities and new places, so have to bust out the beret here. Yes, I love to travel, and hopefully we'll be getting back to that soon. So that's a little bit about me, just to get started. A little hokey, but hope you enjoy. Okay, so what I've been up to the past couple years. After graduating at South Carolina, I immediately started with Kraft Heinz Corporation in their experiential marketing department, where every year they hire 21 recent college graduates. And it is a 100% travel position where you are putting on all experiential marketing events, doing their public relations, media appearances, social content gathering, and the events range from as small as retail up to the grand scale of even the Super Bowl. So it was an awesome experience. I learned seriously so much. It's sad that I could only do it for a year. So after that, I wanted to gain even more perspective. I had learned so much from traveling the United States, and taking it one step further, I went to Europe, did some backpacking with the friends I had met through Kraft Heinz, and we hit the ground running fast. We hit a lot of places and made moves. It was amazing. Now I'm at Creative Circle in North Carolina, which is a specialized staffing and solutions agency where we specifically only work on roles in the marketing, creative, and digital space. I'm on the account side, forming relationships with clients, driving new business, and, obviously working through what is our current climate right now has been interesting, and I've definitely learned a lot there as well. A time that I have anticipated a need and pre-filled it. This example is actually from when I was interning at the University of South Carolina and overseeing the formal sorority recruitment process, and was tasked with training 130 counselors who then would be overseeing the potential women coming in to start the process of joining one of these organizations. And I anticipated the need for these women that ultimately did not end up reaching the end goal of joining one of these organizations, and what happened to them, and them needing to be plugged into the university in other avenues outside of this, and making sure that they didn't have any negative connotations with the university as a whole just because one organization or aspect didn't work out for them, especially when oftentimes they're coming in, majority of them are coming in, it's their first look at collegiate life and the things that they could get involved in. And so I anticipated that need, that they didn't have the resources to get plugged in, and created a new process for women who ultimately did not join organizations to have their counselors provide these resources for them, have continued support, and continued help throughout this process of arriving at the university and getting plugged in other avenues. So this example is from when I was back at Planters and Kraft Heinz and traveling with two other colleagues. where one of our responsibilities as a team was to manage all of our own transportation, lodging, all of our travel bookings. And we had been alternating this responsibility amongst the team. And one of my team members came to me and just said that she did not like this responsibility, didn't feel like she was doing a good job at it, didn't feel confident, and like it was playing to her strengths necessarily with the team. So what I came forward as a solution later on to the team was saying, I'm just going to take over this responsibility for us for the remainder of our time together. I didn't feel like it was necessarily playing to my strengths at that time, but wanted to push myself and learn and create a win-win solution for our team overall. And through it, actually, I feel like I learned a lot of good skills and was able to then translate that to my next team that I transitioned to with Planters, but learned negotiating skills, which ultimately led me to Creative Circle. And I was happy to do that for our team member to create a better situation for the three of us together traveling. Okay, a time that I have exhibited the attitude of no try and only do, I feel like is right now in my current role, with everything going on with the pandemic and, the landscape of staffing changing so much. The expectations haven't changed that we are supposed to be bringing in business, and, that's hard, but going into it with the attitude of this is what we need to do. We're responsible for doing this for our clients to make sure that we are getting these candidates jobs. We have a responsibility to them. And even though it is difficult to reach these expectations, it doesn't mean they're impossible. And it just means that we need to approach them with a new creative solution and get the job done in a different, more creative way. So right now, what that means is being there for clients in different aspects, creating new solutions that we're offering for them, one of which is specialized teams that they're able to hire out specifically for education clients, healthcare clients, people who really need our services right now. And, it's not we're just going to try and do this. We have to do this because it's our responsibility to them as clients and as candidates. Okay, a time I've received some feedback that was difficult to hear, but then ultimately ended up proving very valuable. In my current role right now, every morning we start the day with role play situations where one of the team members, usually my manager, throws out a situation where she's acting as a client and I'm acting as myself, and they're difficult situations that you're trying to work through. And after, you can't break in the role play and say, wait, I need help. You just have to keep rolling with it and finish it out. And then afterwards, talk about what you did. And then the entire team is standing around you and you'll receive feedback from them and about what they think you could have done better, what you should do next time, areas of improvement in general, which sometimes can be a little overwhelming to hear from 8 other seasoned professionals, all the things that you should have done better immediately right after hearing it. But it's proven so valuable for me that now I've taken all the criticisms and it's constructive. It is. And I've used it to my advantage to have more meaningful conversations, more productive conversations with clients and work out some of the nerves prior to having the real life conversations. So although it's difficult at times, I definitely think I've turned it into something of value and use it every single day. Why I feel like joining the Petra Coach team is something that I want to do is based off the mission, changing people in positive ways so that they can change people in positive ways. That's exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm passionate about. I think I have the ability to form incredibly trusted and meaningful relationships, and that is clear from everything I've read about and heard about Petra Coach so far. And being a part of an organization and company that values its team members and makes their members also feel just as valued is so important to me, and I can really see myself there because of that. Okay, so one last push. When I was reading this job description, I felt like every single line, I just was like, yep, check, that's for me. Yep, check, like I can do that. And yep, I'm willing to learn that. And I feel like my experiences lead me to be super successful in this position. I have experience coaching, managing teams. I am tech savvy. I, have the industry knowledge to an extent, and I love speaking in front of groups. I have the innate ability to form meaningful and trusted relationships. It's what I'm passionate about, but not just with people who are like myself, people who come from different experiences and different backgrounds. And that's something that I think I could bring to the table, as well as, I'm someone who gets energy off of others and can give that energy back. So whether it's presenting in front of a group or having a one-on-one relationship with a client, it's what I'm excited about. And I think I can bring that same excitement and drive for Petra Coach, the company, and ultimately lead that to furthering the positive movement that you guys are trying to achieve. And this is probably more about long-winded than you were expecting, but I just am excited. When I'm excited about something, I want to give my best, and I have the drive to do so. So this is a lot longer video than I was anticipating making for this, but just thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to come to you and talk about myself and take the time out of your day to hear about why I could potentially be a good fit for you guys. So thank you so much, and looking forward to connecting with you, Catherine.